Hey, family. Greetings. Hey, Elizabeth. What's up? See you, Jeff, Michael, Sandler. What's going on? Welcome everybody into the room. Surprise! I'm gonna be your host for tonight. That's what I said, Paul. Holy crap. Welcome. We're gonna let folks kind of come into the room. Welcome, you guys. This is the Thursday night online open mic at the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. We family in here as everybody comes in. Welcome. Yes, Ray hosting. I know, right? I was like, what? Crazy. Yes, excitement. This is exciting, Christy. Ugh, girl, you hear my chimes going? My ancestors is all excited too. We're here. We're going to have a good time tonight. We're going to get into it. We'll let some more folks trickle in. Absolutely. I see you snapping for me, Paul. Thank you. Hearts to you, brother. Hearts to you. Marissa, Prada in the room. What's up, baby? How you doing? All right. I see some Joski getting ready for us, I'm sure. We will try to hold our excitement. We will do our best. Jeff, Cottrell in the building. And Pinky. Hey, Pinky. We see you back there. Absolutely. Mr. Tezazumo, we see you. Thomas, the withdrawn. Isabel, Miss Green. Kat Reynolds, what's up? Welcome into the room. Here we go. I see the New York cap. We appreciate it. You're welcome here. All right. Absolutely. Tanya, Ruth. All right. I'm going to start putting the list in the chat so everybody knows who's up, who's coming next, etc. And we'll be sharing that throughout the night periodically so we can keep up with whose fire is next. Right. Boom. Heck of a lineup tonight, folks. Heck of a lineup. Super excited. All right, we're going to give people 2 more minutes to get up in here. You know how we do. Us creatives, we take our time. So we give each other a little time and then we'll get started. Jeff, I appreciate the enthusiasm out the gate. Your fire is first. Absolutely. We're going to be excited to hear what you have to say, as we are with everybody. For anybody who's just entering the room, my name is Ray Jane. I am one of the family here at the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. I will be hosting tonight in lieu of our queen, La Bruja NYC. If you would like to follow her, she is also the executive director of the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. In fact, we call her boss lady, or maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the only one, but y'all should too, because she's definitely running it. Absolutely. So she is currently practicing, rehearsing for her fantastic show that will be coming to the New York stage live tomorrow at 8 p.m. called From Poor to Rico. So please, if you haven't already gotten your tickets for that, hit up the newyourekan.org. I'll be putting information periodically in the chat so you can see what we're doing at the New York. Come and find your family with us because we are here. All right, so let's get started, everybody. I put into the chat the list for tonight. Again, this is the Thursday night online open mic hosted by moi, Ray Jane, one of y'all. You will hear throughout the night if we like what you hear, because we will like what you hear. We will be calling you one of us So I'm one of y'all. We're here to share the contents of our hearts and our souls and our spirits and make space for one another. The only thing we ask is for respect for one another. If you don't like what you hear, go on, keep it to yourself. That's all right. You know what I mean? But if you got something warm, encouraging, and lifting to say, please don't be shy. Put it in the chat. It means so much, even for me as an artist, to see the encouragement, the little pieces and lines and words that move other people is quite edifying. Got here too late to see the list. I got you, General Milk. Don't worry, I'm gonna put the list back in. But first up, we're going to be bringing to the mic Jeff Cottrell. I'm about to find you in here so that I can ask you to unmute. Everybody, give some claps, some snaps in your boxes for Jeff.
There we go.
There we go.
Hear me now? Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Ray Jane.
You are welcome. Give us what you got. I heard you got some fire for us. Is that true?
Well, I got some new shit. I don't know if it's fire. You can judge for yourself how fire is. But can you do new shit? Can you say new shit the way La Bruja does?
New shit?
Shit?
New shit? I can't do it exactly how she do it. Because, I mean, nobody's going to actually be able to do it how she do it. We all have our own little fire and our own little sauce. So throughout the night, I'll put my sauce on it, but I'm excited for your new shit. All right, Jeff, give it to us.
We all have La Bruja in this somewhere.
That's right.
So this is called my stand-up routine. Good evening. My name is Edgar Edmund von Costapardi, and welcome to my stand-up comedy routine. Some of you may remember me from past events for my intersectional poetry on post-colonial themes, which has been published in numerous academic literary journals, but I would like to try something altogether different tonight. This is my new experiment with stand-up comedy. With this, I hope to achieve the common contemporary goal of comedic stylings, that is, to use humor to drive the audience into paroxysms of laudable social justice. To that end, I shall deliver 3 jokes in my stand-up comedy routine, which I hope will deliver their messages in an accessible manner. Here is the first joke. The question: why did the chicken cross the road? I shall repeat the question. Why did the chicken cross the road? And now for the answer. The chicken crossed the road in order to join the demonstration held by the vegan organization in front of the slaughterhouse, protesting the cruel and inhumane treatment of chickens, turkeys, and other poultry animals in the meat industry due to a farming establishment that values profit and production over animal rights. That is why the chicken crossed the road. I hope you all enjoyed that joke. Here is my second joke of the stand-up comedy routine. The question: did you hear the story about the one-legged jockey? The question once again: did you hear the story about the one-legged jockey? The answer: the story about the one-legged jockey is that he lost his left leg in combat during the Vietnam War, and this effectively ended his jockeying career. His life was further complicated by post-traumatic stress disorder, as well as the limited opportunities that our inequitable society offers to amputees, as well as veterans. The one-legged jockey spent the rest of his life as an outspoken activist for the rights of the downtrodden and the underprivileged, but his message went unheard by most, and he died in poverty and obscurity at the age of 37. He did not even live to see the Academy Award-winning movie about his life. That is the story about the one-legged jockey. I hope that this joke has met with your collective approval as well. And now for my final joke of the evening. It goes like this. The question: what is the deal with airplane peanuts? Allow me to repeat the question for those who are not able to catch it in full. What is the deal with airplane peanuts? Here is the answer. The deal with airplane peanuts is that they are a grave danger to passengers who may have allergies to these legumes. This risk is exacerbated by the enclosed and isolated environment of the airplane, thus proposing an extreme safety hazard for such persons. It is for this reason that I propose banning peanuts altogether from every airline menu. In the same vein, all meal and snack offerings in airplanes should be fully gluten-free, while sugar-free and salt-free options should be encouraged highly. Diabetes, obesity, and heart failure have cost too many lives in this world, and it is our responsibility to ensure that passengers do not endanger themselves through our careless neglect. That is the deal with airplane peanuts. It appears my time is up, so thank you for listening to my stand-up comedy routine. My name is Edgar Edmund von Costaparty. If you are available on Friday evening, please attend my planned set at the Waka Waka Club in Redneck Jim's quasi-comical showcase. I assure you that it will be a memorable and meaningful event. Good night. Thank you. That was called My Stand-Up Routine, and my novel is available officially now. Hate Story. I'm going to put some links in the chat so you can buy it and see other stuff.
Thank you so much for that. That was awesome, Jeff. Please do put your information in the chat. Make sure you get that man's book, okay? Treat yourself. How's Pinky doing, Jeff? We just want to know.
How are you doing, Pinky? He's not talking to me.
Okay, it's just that kind of night. We understand.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for starting us off. Please put your information in the chat. Yes, we are moving and we are grouping. Okay. So thank you for starting us off with that fire. You did say it was going to be fire. So thank you for coming through with that and really coming through for us. Next up, speaking of fire, please give it up for Michael Sindler, who's always bringing us that straight up fire.
Oh, well, that's very nice of you to say.
You're welcome. It's true. Now go ahead.
Nice. Speaking of fire, there are people who are under fire right now, and this first piece is for them. It's called Besieged. Tiny girl, little more than a toddler, scrambles through rubble, searching for family in still hot crater, history of home in 1,000 pieces, future dark as soot-caked wall. Older girl from adjacent building, hungry pup howling at her heel, pulls child from fruitless labor, shows her to relative safety, offers her tea and tattered picture book, mends the little one's wounds. Still tank barrel rises from the golden field, smoke escaping from twisted metal, wafts from wreckage. Old veterans battle hardened long ago in Afghanistan know how Russia's army fights, know how it was defeated, use what they learned far away to protect their home from invasion. Dire whining clamor drowns out barking, meowling, and wailing as concussive salvos shake the foundation of bunker. Tired mother pulls children close, soothes with songs of innocence, wipes eyes, changes diaper, fills bottles not with milk but gasoline, torn rag topped, ready to be tossed towards mercenaries. What cannot be changed must be endured, but this must change, will change, is changing. The world sees a catastrophe, a massacre. The world must move against the madman. Ukraine will not stand alone. Ukraine will stand. Mothers will once again fill bottles with milk, raise children with hope in golden fields under blue skies. And I'd like to do one more little short one here just because been keeping up this whole 30-30 thing, you know, we got to keep doing one every day. So this one's called Journal. And it's my first triolet in ages. So got totally away from foreign poetry. So using this as an excuse. Among the things he left behind, a completely empty journal. Not so much as a single line among the things he left behind. Perhaps the fates had been unkind. Writer's block was now eternal. Among the things he left behind, a completely empty journal. Okay, thank you all very much. Always great to be here. And, Ray J, and you rock.
Thank you, Sindler. You rock. Please, I know you're still on, everybody can't find you, but if they can find you anywhere, lighthouse.org, perhaps. Yes, I knew it. Please put that in the chat for the folks so you can follow, find other community. There's plenty of places for your poetry. So please find it. Thank you also for reminding us that it's April, y'all. This is our month, baby. Okay. This is our month. April is for the poets, all right, the creatives, all of you already in this room. So please get involved with any of the 30 for 30s that are going on in several different places so you can find prompts to encourage you, to inspire you. Often you don't have to look far. Speaking of inspiring people, we are going to hear from next Lizzie, our beanie guy. Please unmute. Everybody give her some love, put some snaps in your boxes.
Oh, thank you. You inspire me too, Rajan, as well as our whole community. I'm so happy to see you subbing for Brew while she's working on her play, and I'll see you tomorrow in hybrid. I'm also going to read a poem I wrote for the 30 for 30 prompt. I think it was Morning Rain Forgiveness was the prompt a couple days ago. This poem is called Seawall, and the last line of the poem is a panku. It can be hard to forgive once someone breaks their bond and trust with me. I retreat back into my beanie shell like the true hermit crab I am, not scowling from afar or up close, even in the most uncomfortable situations. To work on myself, I will always need the quiet in order to do so. When a hurricane storms in on me, disrupting my already fragile shell, it shakes me to my core, like zombies attacking me with the mouth of Audrey 2. The Venus flytrap swallowed me so quickly I did not know how to catch my breath. The longest winter of my life, also the most important season thus far. 30.5 years around the cold sun. I could have ended it all. Though the thought never crossed my mind. I have too much good to give back to this world to not share it. I have too much to work on while God lets me. A nervous breakdown cannot break me. The lessons learned from January until April. Love and death can feel more overwhelming than studying for exams. It felt like I was studying hope. How do I move forward? I started with plant-based pizza and Thai food, comforting me in the freezing cold apartment near the Hudson River. The polar vortex tried to freeze me, but I never let it win. I clung to my shell while fighting the queer baiting and love bombs with my pen and voice, a battle I fought for longer than I should have. Grief of friendships and loved ones left me fuzzy, longing for my college days too. When you feel so violated that your skin, mind, and heart may not be able to fully recover, you can push away the storm clouds and Neptune's trident, but you cannot trust the three-pronged spears won't become predatory again. So you leave it to rot at the bottom of the sea, far away from your shell, safely continuing to live and exist. These are my truths right now. Let it be. Thank you.
Wow. See that? See what I'm talking about, Lizzie? You see what I'm talking about? Look at that. Fresh fire. Thank you so much. Would you say a nervous breakdown cannot break me? I seen all the boxes go off when you did that, when you said that. Thank you for sharing that. Absolutely.
Thank you, Rajan.
Absolutely. Thank you. Please let the people know where they can follow you. What's your Instagram, Lizzie?
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. My Instagram is ES_Strauss, where my website is, and I will drop it in the chat. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. That was dope. See what I'm talking about? You don't have to go too far for that inspiration. I've seen a lot of you kind of reacting in your boxes, and we know the best poetry is the stuff that moves us, that we can see ourselves in. So we invite you, see yourselves in each other while we wait and switch up the energy a little bit. I believe Eddie was supposed to be next, Eddie Foreman, but I don't think he's in the room with us anymore. Anybody see Eddie? I don't think so. I think he's left us. Well, that's okay. Hopefully he'll come back. Absolutely. I know Umesh said that he wanted to go at the end, so we will allow that. And that means, or unless Umesh is ready, are you ready? Give me a thumbs up, Umesh, if you're ready to go. No, not ready. I seen that very vigorous shake of the head. All right, I got you. No. I got you. I'm gonna put you right where you asked to be. Don't worry. Okay. So we're gonna still keep it going. Ooh, okay. So who we got up next is most certainly gonna keep the rhythm moving in the room. Joski, are you ready for us? You are, yes. Okay, we got the thumbs up. I'm about to unmute you.
Hey, Ray Jane.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good too.
Excellent.
I'm good too. This is a wonderful surprise to see you.
Ta-da!
So
Bring
I've
us.
got, yeah. So I've got a song that I've just been writing over the past couple of days. I thought I'd try it. So it's called Soldier. He needs a paycheck, got no prospects. Who can pull a trigger? He put on a uniform, part of something bigger. His mind's been subjugated. They say it's us or them. Who can pull a trigger? 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 So this is so new that I fell off the tracks. Generals are wrong. There's truth within us all. This life won't last long. His father was a soldier. He could pull a trigger. Heroes from school lessons, they could pull a trigger. Takes a second to decide who will live, who will die. Who can pull a trigger? 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 If you could love anyone, lay down your gun, lay down your gun. Who can pull a trigger? 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 Who can pull a trigger?
Yowza, yowza. Oh, every time you perform, I feel it under my sternum.
Yeah?
I feel it under my sternum. That's usually where the truth lies for me. So I thank you for bringing your gifts to share with us.
Oh, thank you, Ray Jane. You know, I have a poem that is specifically for tonight. Is there time to share it?
Go ahead, do it.
Okay. So this is more or less my Easter poem, or my Good Friday poem, or my Thursday before Good Friday poem, whatever they call that. Gethsemane. Cold wraps round bones like tendrils or fingers. In the damp chill, even the rocks show tears. The flowers are all dead or sleeping. This is my cross, axis X nailed to axis Y, a tree of variables ripening in time, a frame to hang predictions on, reduced to 2 dimensions, then to none. In the end, I fear that only pain will have veracity. Why hast thou forsaken me? And that's it.
Okay. So you just what? You just gonna blow our minds again? Thank you. Josie, did you say, wow,
Thank you, Ray Jane.
look at the boxes, man. All the tops of the heads done popped off. I'm here looking at brains. It's really gross. It's really gross from here. So I appreciate you for that. Yo, that was dope. Dope poem. Beautiful song. Thank you for your activism in the room. There's a lot to speak on. Sendler, you started us off with that realness. Josie, thank you for picking up the torch and continuing us on.
Thank you, Ray Jane.
You're welcome. Put your information in the chat so the people can stalk you. I mean, follow you. No. All right, beautiful, beautiful. All right, so Ed has come back into the room. Ed, we will absolutely have you up. It's okay. We all a little late sometimes, but nothing is really late, right? So I'm asking you to unmute so you can share with us. Hey, what's up, my potastic brother?
Hello, my princess's sister, with words like the twister.
Oh, snap now. Don't start nothing you don't want finished now, Ed. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Go ahead, do your thing.
Happy Poetry Month. All right. My name is Ed Potato. You're fantastic. Please give time to John Ryan for the Sublime. And right now I'm gonna be Mr. Fireman. So I'm gonna blaze these lands. That's on demand. All right. This is a spicy pea to say the least. So if you have any kids, it would be good to keep them go to bed so they can rest their heads. All right, this is called the Erotic Ocean. You slowly hop out of the water. You look sparkling and moist. The temperature is getting hotter and hotter. The jokes are coming. I have no choice. This oral illustration will rain down on your body. I want to stir up a lustful storm. I want to become one with your sexual sea. Come closer so you can be more informed. My beautiful mermaid, I love to see your unique scales. I'm your captain. I'm here to claim your golden booty. Come, sweetie, let's be free and set sail towards the deepest depth of your coochie. I can smell your sweet scent in the air, your hair dangling in the heat. Let's quickly bear, because we got tons of love to share. Let me spread the love towards your head, breast, pussy, ass, and feet. My warm hand slowly caress your breast. Your nipples are so erect. I can hear your murmur, yes, yes, yes. I want to give you a big O if I can be direct. My fingers go around in your pink cave as a cyclone. I can see your body sway and move as the passing tides. You're flapping like a fish lost in the unknown. How I love seeing your mouth and legs open wide. You gently grab my sword. You play your sweet and luring siren song. My consciousness was flying higher than any seagulls or birds. You sung it long and strong. Time for me to sing a shanty of my own. Singing inside your pink typhoon. It always makes your heart sink like stone. It's almost time for a feisty, spicy monsoon. Watch how your clam opens wide. Your pink pearl beneath the ocean. Looks like it's time for a feisty, spicy, enticing ride. Sweetie, are you ready for your blowhole to have an explosion? Looks like it's time to batten down the hatches. My cannonball ready to fire. Time to satisfy that pinching inch. Time to burn in yours and mine emerging desire. My ship rides your pink changing seas. The waves keep going up and down. I felt so happy, blissful, and free. I heard the pink sea made so many sounds. I can feel the sea about to burst. I sail full speed ahead. I felt and saw the sea quickly dispersed. We didn't take a breath, but instead, I sailed inside you all through the night. The sun sparkled a golden ray. We laid while holding each other tight as we stepped the deep blue euphoria away.
Dang it. We didn't know, but we did know, but we didn't know. Every time you do it, we be like, damn, we ain't know.
I just love how you glow.
Hey, you already know. Okay, we could do this all day.
I'm fast and slow.
Sure. All right now. Remember, there's some kids watching sometimes, so we're gonna keep it, but not really. Just so you know, this is a safe space for all forms of expression, right? There's mommy and daddy language, and then there's mommy and daddy language. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Some of us in the room are quite proficient at said language, and you might hear it from time to time. So please don't be offended. Take it as an invitation to dive deeper into that part of yourself. Yes, Ed, thank you for taking us into our intimacy, as always. We appreciate you. Put your information in chat, my brother. I don't have the raccoon bone that Bruja has, but you know, I got a doob tube. You know, that works just the same, you know what I'm saying? All right. Thank you, Ed. We love you. We love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys. Next up. Oh, and before we get to the next poets, so we have 19 in the guaranteed list. And just in the fashion of La Bruja and our usual Thursdays, we also have the good luck round, right? So a couple of you can jump on. So please send me a private message if you're not on the list and you would like to be. Open to about 6 more folks. So get up in there if you're not on there. We'd love to hear what you have to hear. Okay, but you know, we're gonna go from one spicy monsoon to the next one. Okay, so next up is The Withdrawn. Let's see what you got for us today, sir. Let me ask you to unmute. There you go.
What's good, Queen? How you doing?
Hey, what's happening? How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm in the process of packing so I can go home tonight, be there tomorrow morning. You know, so I'm excited to see you. I hope to see you there too.
Oh yes,
The
you
weekend.
absolutely will. Certainly tomorrow. I know some of us in these boxes are looking forward to you coming home more than others. But you know, we love you. We're always good and happy to see you. And I'm excited to hear what you got to read tonight because we don't never know what you're gonna say. We don't never
Thank
know.
you.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate you. I got I'm gonna say it's new shit. I want to shout out to Amanda because her workshop that she had, I think it was last month on forgiveness. I didn't realize how much I needed that. So I'm going to perform that piece. It's called Forgive plus Forget equals Ate Me Up. I wonder if I'm conscious of my forgiveness. If I've been blind to its lack of permission in taking the wheel when I haven't yet processed anything. I could be the blame, considering I try to jump across puddles larger than my limbs can lift me, as opposed to walking through them. I must have forgotten that I am equipped with the brand of boots that best represent my city. Lately, and for some time now, my forgiveness has been running on autopilot. And it seems to have been working, except I didn't realize till 2 nights ago that I'm running out of breath. I am aware that peace ends up gifted as a result. But if this thing is a knockoff, then what is it I feel when it's barely a piece of peace? My forgiveness comes out the freezer hot, ready to be served right then and there, regardless of who is or isn't warmed up. The motto is, I have to forgive. I should forgive in order to reach sound. It's possible that I have been lying to myself, believing that I've fully forgiven friends, foes, and flames. Or maybe I have forgiven them and am angry at myself for doing so. A part of me feels there are times I should have gone, but my therapist tells me I'm not a sucker for being human. Voices confide in all lobes of my brain about how forgiving can condone bad behavior, telling me it leaves the door open to invite more harm, to let people get away with more, to have them think I won't be going anywhere, so doing damage is nothing but free food for them. Am I choosing to forgive or forcing myself to? I want to say choosing, yet I feel guilty. I feel uncomfortable. I want to cry. Does forgiveness lose its value when the crimes themselves have not been registered? Living with a disorder that consistently robs me of moving on doesn't help. At this point, the hamster wheel is used to repairing its own bruises. Maybe I need to reach out to the manufacturer, for the product has confused malfunction for comfort. Sometimes escaping seems like another life away. But also, what good does it do for love when you take away another life? Grief and kindness is another chore. Living itself has become a to-do list. I want to forgive myself for feeling this way, but I can't right now. Maybe it just isn't deserved at this time. Thank you.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So we're getting warm and honest and tangible, withdrawn. That's okay with me. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but that's very fine with me. That was beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
Man, thank you. Thank all of y'all, man. You know, it's good to see your face hosting here, Ray, doing your thing, man. You know, so much freaking love, man. It's I mean, in person, it's, you know, the energy is crazy, but like, even just seeing you through the screen, like, feel it. So I feel you here, and thank you.
I appreciate
Much
it.
love to you.
You know I love you. You already know. Don't make me embarrass you up here, okay?
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Absolutely. Please put your information in the chat as well, for those who don't already love you, so they can get to understand why we do, okay?
Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Woo! Just so y'all know, if you don't know, this is a safe space. We create space for one another. We leave space for one another here. For however you decide to show up in your artistry on this night, you are welcome. Please give us whatever you got, because we came for it. Believe it or not, we didn't just come here to share our stuff. We came here to get what we need. And sometimes we don't know what we need until you say it. Okay? So please. And speaking of, oh yes, before I go on, please follow each other. There are a lot of you that are creatives besides just the poetry. There's a lot of teachers in the room, right? Amanda being one of them, Villanueva, okay? Yes, Stormy, all day. Definitely, she's got a number of workshops, usually the first of each month. Please find her and join that space. There's love if you want it, okay? All right. Next up to give us some love is Catman Bill. I'm going to ask you to unmute.
What a pleasant surprise to see you, Ray Jane.
Hi, how you doing, Catman?
I'm just hectic. And before I say anything, boy, am I getting so many freezes. So I know it's on my end, and I don't know. I'll ask you if there were any freezes after my little presentation, but it's the new fiber optic thing that I chose, and I made a mistake. Anyways, I had this, not that I'm disappointed. It's a wonderful surprise to see you hosting, but I had something special for La Bruja, but it's only her, and I'm going to save it, and it has something to do with that there. But I'm not going any further with that. So I'll tell you that I'll going to play a song by Mississippi John Hurt, an old blues and gospel singer from the deep past that I always considered to be my musical godfather for some reason. I don't write in his style, but I love his style of guitar work, and I've become friends with his granddaughter now, and I'll do this song called "Make Me a Palette on Your Floor." Make me down a pallet on your floor. Make me down a pallet on your floor. Make me a pallet down soft and low. Make me a pallet on your floor. Up the country, 20 miles or more. Going up the country where it's cold snow. Well, I'm going up the country where it's cold, sleet and snow. No telling how much further I may go. Make me down, pallet on your floor. Make me down, a pallet on your floor. Make me a pallet down soft and low. Make me a pallet on your floor. Don't you let my good girl catch you here. Please don't let my good girl catch you here. For she might shoot you, liable to cut and starve you too. No telling what she might do. Make me down, a pallet on your floor. Make me down, a pallet on your floor. Make me a pallet down soft and low. Make me a pallet on your floor. Close behind the door. Make it, baby, close behind the door. Make it sweet, baby, close behind the door. Make it where nobody never goes. Make me down, a pallet on your floor. Make me down, a pallet on your floor. Make me a pallet down soft and low. Make me a pallet on your floor. Thank you.
Loved it. And guess what?
What?
It didn't glitch out. We
Oh,
heard the whole
good.
thing. We heard the whole thing. I'm so glad we did.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing. And just so you know, just so all of you know, Bruja sends her love to you. She's sad that she can't be here with you. So, Cameron, I appreciate you for holding that piece for her. So when she comes back, she can have that as a gift for her return.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Oh man. Okay, y'all. I see y'all out here showing out and showing off. I like it. I'm here for it. Okay. Speaking of impressiveness, okay. If you have never heard Unmesh Mohitka, go on and just buckle up, okay, for the experience. I'm going to unmute you, my brother. Hi.
Hello, Regine. Thanks a lot. Nice to see you.
Good to see you too. Peace to India, my brother. How are you?
I am good. I am good, Regine. I was just hearing the poetry, and it's so beautiful. Sometimes I also hear the poet recordings as well on YouTube, on Facebook. It's
Mhm.
amazing. Thank you. Thanks a lot. You can follow me on Unmesh Mohitkar Instagram and Facebook. I have got open mic. Let's Unmesh live every Saturday, 11:30 a.m. New York time. And yesterday I went to a college and I performed for the student. I talked about my book. Wow, that energy, that life. I felt that okay, this is why I am a poet. This is what I want to do. I just loved that energy. Thanks, community. Thanks for that. And I also talked about New Rican Cafe communities and other things, and your support. Thanks a lot. I wanted them to join the communities as well, the students, so that they can also grow. Thanks. Okay, and let's go to the poem. Here we go. I say, okay, before that, there was a program for Ukraine, even for Ukraine by Dane. And this is something which I wrote for that. I say no to war, simply just no to war. I don't know the reason. I don't want to understand the explanation. Tell those reasons to the dead bodies lying around unclaimed. The fault lines of our mind will never allow us to live peacefully. How can we expect peace if people who advocate peace are called cowards? Kids are taught tit for tat. Violence is dignified. Bigger is better is announced on each signboard. Travesty of human nature is once the war is won, the victor who killed the vanquished now aspire for peace. His foundations are built on violent bricks, cracking under the pressure of suffering of common man. Let's say no to war. War of any kind, silent war of mind at home, or blood-soaked war waged by hopeless despots on the battlefield. How can a war be justified? Your kids are staying in marble houses, their kids are dodging bullets. Don't you hear the kids crying? Don't you hear the mother calling her dead son? Don't you hear the dog searching for his owner? Don't you see the injured land without any plants or trees? Don't you see the orphan kids crossing border alone? Eye for an eye. If this is the direction we are going, then we should really ask why. We can build atom bombs, ballistic missiles, but who will rebuild the home, turn into ashes? Even if you build a house, how will you convert that house into a home? I see this on the battlefield and at home, bombastic egos of people, never-ending lust for more, lure to change the history and geography, changing the landscape, breaking hearts. I tell to them there is someone who has a bigger ego than yours, bigger gun than yours. This will never end. Maybe this is the beginning of the end. This is the beginning of the end. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Man, every time, every time. Beautiful work. Thank you for sharing that with us. And thank you for being inspiration for the young people, because I'm sure that if they heard anything like what we hear every time you come to share and spit with us, they are inspired. It's important for them to know that even doing this professionally is possible. So
Yes, Region, I told them the same thing, that yes, there are ways of doing it. And if you have got the talent, there are platforms. Thank you.
absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. You guys make sure you follow Umesh. Make sure you go to his open mic on Saturday mornings. And get your live. There's some love for you all over the world, apparently. So please take advantage of that. All right. Woof. Y'all are really bringing it tonight. I'm so blessed to be in the room with you. Thank you for letting me host you, letting me be a conduit for what you have to share. All right. So next up, speaking of pivotal poets, who also sometimes give us a little bit of that special fire in the way of music, Mr. Tezazomo, our resident professor. Please unmute yourself.
Hey, Ray Jane, how are you?
Hey, Mr. Tez, how are you?
Good, good. Hopefully, I was looking at Mr. Billcad fading out and in and out, and I'm like, oh, I hope that doesn't happen to me. And then it happened like right in the middle of Unmesh. So hopefully, I won't disappear. But if I do, don't take it personally.
That's right.
It's the internet.
We're gonna hold space with you and hold up these internet lines with you. All right, let's.
All righty. So I'm gonna do music tonight. Some waiting for you and me. He made a promise, gave every drop of blood, died on the cross, so we be free. Oh, somewhere in heaven, there is a place waiting for you and me. He made a promise, gave every drop of blood, died on the cross, so we be free. Somewhere in heaven, there is a place waiting for you and me. He made a promise, gave every drop of blood. He died on the cross for you and me.
That was lovely. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. I promised Mike Sindler I wasn't going to do the I Don't Look Good Naked Anymore song, so that's all for this one.
Wait, I feel like we got brought no. Thank you for
That was
that.
another open mic.
Hey, we'll look forward to that when you just let us know in the chat which one that's going to be so that we could all be in attendance.
Thank you all. That was a Santana song, by the way. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you for bringing us to music, all those soothing sounds, as Queso so eloquently said. Excellent. Woof. Sindler, next time, have a discussion with the rest of us before you start telling him we're nothing. Oh my goodness, I'm having such a great time with you guys. Thank you so much for your energy, for all these beautiful things that you're bringing for us to chew on this evening. Next up, for some more good energy, is Kat Reynolds. I'm going to ask you to unmute, y'all. Give y'all snaps. Bring them in with some love.
How's everybody doing?
Hi, how you doing?
I'm gonna do a poem today. The name of my poem is called Chaos. So let's get into it. My passion is effortless. My desire is unconscious. I brainstorm with no thought, yet my mind manages emotions, feelings, and thoughts with a side of anger. I'm different, but the same. I'm sarcasm's nemesis. I feel pain but haven't effectively learned how to process it. My tears are dry, my eyes heavy. Nobody likes me, yet they all claim to love me. Sometimes I just want to be alone. I can't feel my face. My heart weighs heavy. My expression is blank. The lights flicker in the house, but nobody's home. My personal life is non-existent. Why doesn't anything good ever happen to me? How come it worked out for him and her, but not me? Do you understand what you're reading? I'm my biggest mistake. I cause the only problems that I have because I don't know when to say when. I'm surrounded by cronies. I don't have any friends. If I were writing this instead of typing this, at this point I'd be switching pens. Will it ever end? Or am I destined to continue? I'm faced with the same problems, even though I opted for a change of venue. My puzzle lacks all the pieces. These thoughts are not my own. I wanted to pick up and call you, but I couldn't dial your number on the phone. Why is it you don't see? I find myself jumping to more than conclusions. I tried to cut out the pain, but the knife was dull. I don't want to hurt anymore. I can't take the pain. I really just need a hug. I fell flat on my ass in life. I guess cats don't always land on their feet. I pulled it out. I kept it in my hand, but I couldn't bring myself to beat. I guess I really am off. What a dick.
Ooh, mic drop, mic drop. Left the room. The dismount, as Queso said, yes.
No, thank you. I'm back, though. I appreciate y'all.
That was fantastic. Oh, oof. I think you took a lot of people with you with those
No, I
emotions.
appreciate it. Thank you. I've been waiting to get on since the other day, so I'm happy I got the opportunity.
We're so happy to have you. You'll see in the chat, people are saying one of us. Is this your first
Oh, I
time?
love that. Thank you.
Is this your first time being on with us, by the way?
Yes, it is.
Oh, is that right? So
Yeah.
we have a tradition here, and we're actually
Okay.
going to unmute all of our friends for this particular tradition. So the very first time that anyone blesses our stage, we say that we are popping their cherry. Now,
Okay.
don't be frightened, okay? This is just a metaphor, this is not real in real life, but just energetically, we are bringing you in with energy. So I'm going to ask everybody to unmute so that we can sing the cherry song together, okay? Y'all all unmute yourselves, all right? And I'm gonna count to 3.
How does it go? I heard that.
Yes, I'm gonna count to 3, and we are going to bring Reynolds into the room the way that we do our thing. Okay, so there's a 1, and there's a 2, and there's a 3. All right. Now, that cherry, baby.
Pop.
The
Cherry baby,
pop. The
cherry baby,
pop.
cherry baby.
Pop, pop,
Cherry, baby. Pop. That cherry, baby.
Baby.
Pop. Yes.
Thank you.
Welcome, Kat.
Yes, welcome. Oh, we got a little singing on the end. Y'all getting fancy. Ooh, the remix. In other words, welcome to this space.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're always welcome here. We hope to have you back. We see that you brought friends with you.
Oh,
Tanya,
yeah.
Throwing her. Who is Tanya to you? Let me unmute you. Hold on 1 second. Tanya,
Oh, that's my sister.
That's your sister. Is she right next to you?
Yeah. No, she's not.
She's not. Well, she's giving you love. She put up a sign in the chat
She's
saying
crazy.
that she loves you.
No.
Yes, give us some sounds. Hey, Tanya.
Hi.
Hey. Your brother is dope, and we're happy to have him here. Excellent. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Kat. Thank you for bringing your energy. Please put your information in the chat. If you love the people that you have here, bring signs. We like signs. We love that. And as you can see, we're an energetic group. We like to sing about all kinds of things, So if you've got a song, you've got energy, you got something to share, please find us here. Speaking of, not everybody knows how to get on the list, who may just show up to watch or listen on Facebook or YouTube. And you may say to yourself, you know what? They seem really dope. They seem really cool. They're nice. They're inviting. Maybe I want to come out and try my hand at sharing what's on my heart. And we encourage you to do so. In fact, we have several opportunities to do so. Okay. If you're kind of a shy person, you like to, be in your box, you don't necessarily like everybody all in your space. We understand that there was a whole worldwide pandemic. Okay. So if you prefer to be on the online scene, we got something for you on Monday night. We got something for you on Thursday night. So on Monday night, we have the same kind of online open mic that is hosted by Advocate of Words. If you don't know him, you can find him with that moniker on Facebook or Instagram. That's Advocate of Words, ADVOCATE of WORDZ for poetic license. Okay, so 8 p.m. Monday night. To get on our list, you have to sign up 24 hours in advance. So that means I want to spit on Monday night at 8. That means you got to sign up at Sunday night at 8. Okay. If you say Thursdays are my jam, that's when I actually get off working time to hang out with you guys. We are always here, 9 p.m. So that means, hey, I want to spit at 9 p.m. on Thursday. So what? Wednesday at 9 p.m. You will go to the neweurekan.org. I'll put that in the chat for you. Go to calendars, the event that day, that time. Very important. You must choose artist ticket. Okay. So we have 19 to 20 slots on Thursday nights and about the same 20 to 25 on Monday nights. If you're more into live, you want to see it, you want to feel the energy, you want to go touch the walls that Miguel Algarin put down for all of us to share in, you can come to the New Eurekan Poets Cafe itself Monday night. Get on the open mic at 8 p.m. That is hosted by Supreme. Okay, there's a space for you every single day. Oh, Mondays don't work for you. Wednesday, boom. You thought about that advocate guy. You missed him on Monday. Say, what's the hype about this dude? He's fantastic. Find him Wednesday nights. He has his own open slam, poetry night slam for those of you who would like to flex your skills on the slam aspect. You can find us at the New Eurekan Poets Cafe live, 8 p.m. on Wednesday nights. Okay, we'll get into what's coming up this weekend, so don't go nowhere. Okay, because we are partying all the time at the New Yo, and we would love to have you. As a matter of fact, on Saturday we have the hybrid show, also hosted by Advocate of Words, where we have several of our artists online via Zoom and the rest in person spitting on the stage. And if you say, hey, you know what, I'm just here to watch y'all do your poetry thing. I don't really do poetry, but singing is my jam. Well, right after that show, we have karaoke nights, hosted by Paul Conqueso, who is also up to bat. So y'all gonna see how fly he is. Come, get a little drink at the bar, hang out with your family, because that's exactly what we are. Okay, and come through. We'd love to see you. We'd love to see you. In the meantime, Paul, come on, tell us some more about this karaoke business.
All right, yo. So first of all, sis, I gotta say you are shining tonight. You are a fucking whole nebula galaxy. I'm super proud of you. Just want to lay flowers at your feet and say, I see the light in you. You're doing your thing. Really proud. And speaking of karaoke, in fucking March, you killed. Yo, Ray Jane killed it on stage. Did a whole duet with Vasilios. Brought that Carl Thomas to life. Emotional. God, that was such a good fucking duet. And yeah, please come through to the hybrid show at 7 p.m. on Saturday. You can cop tickets online. You can either attend virtually or in person. So if distance is a problem for you, if you ain't close to New York City, you can buy your tickets online and stick around for the karaoke after party from 9:30 to 1 a.m. that I'm hosting. You're not going to want to miss it. It was a vibe last time, and we're just going to keep amplifying and expanding the space. I wanted to say to Kat, like, really dope. Welcome. You're one of us. Yeah, the thing about this family is it keeps growing, and that's something that I love. We inspire one another. I've been on motherfucking fire this National Poetry Month, writing at least like 2-3 poems a day. So I'm going to read a couple, a really, really short one, which is not a Paul Conqueso signature, and then a Schmedium one. Schmedium is a concept, Mariella, FYI. But this first one is called Another Word for Salvation. By the time I got to Penn Station, 53-minute cell reception free, Paperbacks and chapbooks, my sole company, only reaffirmed how poetry is just another word for salvation. So yeah, y'all know, commutes from Jersey and shit. I think I'm blessed sometimes by non-cell reception because it makes us be present. And the second piece was by the same prompt that Lizzie gave, but it's I named it Raised by the Rain. And I wrote this ironically, the person who I wrote it for to elegize, I wrote it on her birthday without knowing it was her birthday. Like I hadn't been all up on Facebook and shit, but the energy came to me, and then I checked later that same day, and I was like, oh, wild! It's my surrogate mom's birthday. Yeah, in the beyond. So this is called Raised by the Rain. I praise the rain for giving me one less reason to mourn Memorial Day. It is 2018, a decade since my birth-given creator faded in late summer heat. And today, I'm attending a barbecue, thrown by friends, case of IPA in arm and some green in palm, with all the cause to celebrate. See, my surrogate mom, Paula Craig, had her successful knee replacement procedure that day, with hopes to be back in action, even ex machina stronger. And despite the fact she was still shaking off effects of anesthesia, we were told by the gods of mass email she would be okay. Paula works for the college I work for. That's my alma mater, and where we met when I was just a wounded kid shaking off loss of matriarch, and this adoptive den mother was able to help rehabilitate me, to take me from small scavenger sneaking scraps in hall permanent domino mask and all around orbital bone. She led this adolescent raccoon from a striped-tailed rodent to a seemingly respectable functional adult, I guess. Through truly no doing of my own, I called her Ma. She referred to me lovingly as her boy. It may have been a given name, not birth name similar to a pet name, but the thing about domestication of a wild thing is often when you command it to stay, they actually will. Because of some deep longing for, I don't know, order, belonging. So like any decent trash panda, I sat in the yard, chewing uncharred burger carcasses, serving as sustenance to act as a base for all the games we derelicts play, like who can flip plastic cups fastest, throw sacks through holes, or a small white ball into an edifice of triangle fit, solo red chalices, and admittedly, I'm down pretty bad in each of these. As a result, the collective drink seemed to be catching up to me, doing my head in like the pounding thread of bass from whose ever very mid playlist is playing, and while I'm surrounded by friends, and the vibe is admittedly pretty lit, I am hit, as I usually am, with a crippling sense of social anxiety alone in a function filled with luminous bodies, yet here I am desperate to flee. If it were up to me, I'd have spoon-dug a tunnel out just like in that one prison movie, but instead something tells me to stick around, some compulsion compels me to check my email again, and as if divine timing an update comes in, the anesthesia had ill effects, and she's in a medically induced coma. My pulse dropped, as my phone nearly did, slumping back in patio chair like a rack, falling back into old habits of trash dug, looking for traps to hurl myself in. Bad omens. Perhaps I need to get my paws on something stronger than shots or the beers I sip. I think all the worst thoughts, but something tells me look up. And I do. The moon seems all cloaked in Billie Holiday on this harrowing holiday of sorrowing lamentation, heart palpating as I chuck the shitty blue moon. Someone brought me to the lawn. Utter fuck it, I'm going home. When yet another alert comes in, we are sad to announce the sudden tragic passing of Paula Craig, heartsick. As quivering legs shake and give way, I feel every bit the broken kit 10 years prior when Oden mother, to lead to revival, she was gone, with wind pulsing condensation onto my face. A few faint drops descend from sky, seemingly torn open that moment after my eyelids broke the seal and let the first one spill morning rain. Forgiven names, like my boy or Ma, to be used no longer by the living. This most apropos Memorial Day spent giving myself away to social impulses rather than being by her side, yet here she was, finding me in the rain, communing with a deluge of atmosphere commemorative of all she was, cleansing, refreshing, a necessary slap to the face when you need sobering up. I realized right then she had swooped in just as mothers do. In your time of need, this was her brushing cheek, comforting me, when it was she I knew truly needed someone by her side. So I let the rain wash over me, like Andy Dufresne in that one Shawshank scene, baptized in relief. At least if she couldn't stick around, she wouldn't be suffering, and thus I don't leave. I let my friends cradle me into the nook of a shoulder, just like a kit would. Support, warmth, let them steady me. I plead with the ghost not to let go just yet. One more night in the condensation holding on to me. Oh, hold on to me, 'cause I'm a little unsteady. And when I go home that night, I hug myself tight before telling the sky one last time how thankful I am for the perpetual gift of surrogates, how they find us, raise us, and love us, just as if we were their very own kin.
Oof. Wow. That was beautiful. Peace to you. Peace to who you've lost. We're holding space with you. We thank you for making her immortal with us. She'll live forever in this video with us, in this space filled with love. So thank you. That was wonderful. Oof. Like I said, you know it's fire when it moves you, right? Speaking of that, let's move on to Generalissimo to move us even further. Gonna unmute you. Sorry, I think I just muted you. Give me a second. There we go.
There we go.
Hey.
I do have a problem. Whenever the honeypot goes into his little falsetto, I swoon.
Oh, you too?
I don't think there's one person in this room, male or female, that don't swoon when he goes falsetto.
It gets real dangerous. Gravity just whoop gone. You know what
It don't matter how sad the poem is, it's that falsetto. Oof.
I'm telling you. Go ahead, Brian. We were with you.
Okay, well, I'm trying to keep up with the 30-30s this year. I did a lot last year, but this year I'm a little behind, so I'm going to do 4 shorter pieces, and I'm going to pull them up right now. Okay, I'll just read straight through them. The first is called Table Scraps for Breakfast. Anyone? Oh, the luscious meals you serve are worthy of a Michelin chef. I enjoy watching you in the kitchen. Everything you do seems to be deliberate with a delicate touch. The way you sprinkle spices and herbs with your fingers, never from the bottle, is like a conductor instructing a cymbalist to clang a little softer. Your messes are minimalistic, while I seem to leave a tsunami aftermath in my wake when I cook. You say I'm much more creative than you, and since I tend to break recipes like eggshells under winter boots, my table scraps have more variety of uses. It's a strange recipe of differing worldviews that allows us to repurpose our table scraps into a complete meal of a you always know the right thing to say frittata, because there ain't many leftovers that can't be made into a frittata for tomorrow's breakfast. Poem number 2. They don't sell that kind of stationery at the neighborhood stationery store. When corresponding with ghosts, it is not our job to respond. We have no choice to read the letters they send. Often a message from the dead comes in a dream as if they are still alive. They might warn us before we make a mistake or give us unsolicited advice. Sometimes we find things we thought were lost forever or remember things we didn't realize we forgot. Corresponding with ghosts tends to be a one-way communication because the messages we receive come from sources that exist in another realm. I wonder if we find ourselves crossing paths with our ghosts after we die. If they inform us of their gifts of afterlife correspondence, will etiquette require us to send thank you notes? Poem 3, irrefutable proof Gaia has got it out for me. I need today to go off without a hitch. But when I wake up, I hear rain. It's not too heavy a rain, but it's the type of rain that sounds like little suction cups hitting the ground, trying to walk away to no avail. This sort of noise makes my head feel more attached to my pillow and my body feel more attached to the mattress. It doesn't help that my sister-in-law bought me 800 thread count sheets for Hanukkah. My imagination forces me to imagine tiny frogs climbing the wall, then getting stuck on the window near my bed till they die and dry out, which forces me to hire a handyman to climb a ladder to scrape the dead frogs off the window. I let out an unwarranted dramatic moan as I lazily pushed my palms against the cool, silky 800 thread count sheets in order to rise up. The soles of my feet don't enjoy walking across the rough Berber carpet that came with the house and would be inescapably expensive to replace. I do all my morning getting ready and grooming, then grab some ice cold, intentionally oversteeped Earl Grey tea I mix with a specific brand of Thai coconut milk I shake up in a 16-ounce glass bottle that once held ginger-flavored kombucha. I know that despite the frog-murdering rain this morning Mama Gaia has punished me with, everything will be okay because my waterproof shoes won't allow any water to seep in and soak my socks. And finally, this is called Taking Inventory at the Armory. I was posited a query to name another word for salvation. Love, friendship, family, trust, touch, hugs, smiles, respect, privacy, communication, conversation, people, pets, a hot home-cooked meal, a hot bath, a nice shower, a good night's sleep, sunshine, fresh air, flowers, all of the above. It takes an army to find salvation. The most effective armies wage peace and love, not war. The most effective armies do not use weapons that shoot, stab, explode, and kill. The most effective armies arm themselves with humanity. Gracias, everyone. And Ray Jane, you are kicking ass tonight.
Oh, thank you. Oh man, you hit us with like boom, boom, boom. It was like over and over.
Oh,
That
you
was
make me blush, honey.
Oh, I'm absolutely trying to make you blush. That's the only reason why I'm here. Okay. Absolutely. I think everything that you had to say was so wonderful. You always bring us a reason to nourish ourselves, right? With that food poetry and also just the words that you choose. You know, so many prompts just in your words, an army of peace and love. That's most definitely what we have here. And you are part of that army, and we thank you.
And thank you very much. I just want to say that I've got some things coming up. Let me see. On the 18th is Cafe Generalissimo. My next Cafe Generalissimo. On Friday, the May 6th, I'm going to be featuring at Garage Poets. That's going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Then on Saturday, May 14th at 3 p.m. in the afternoon, I'll be doing a Tumblewords project. It's going to be called With a Little Help from My Friends. And I'll put everything in, including how to buy my book, in the chat. So thank you very much, Regina.
Absolutely. Thank you. Please do put it in the chat so we can support you further. It sounds like you're booked and busy, as the young people say. We want you all to be booked and busy. You can only be booked and busy if you put yourself out there, be willing to push beyond what you perceive to be your boundaries, because your boundaries only live in your mind, just like everything else. So break yourself out. Okay, I know we in boxes right now, but break yourself out them boxes. Just like Amanda said, it is about nourishment. And like you said earlier in your workshop, honey, you said there's no such thing as coincidence, right? We find what we're supposed to find here. Nourishment being one of the many things you will always find in this space. And you are welcome to the meals that people make of themselves here. Speaking of meals, I'm going to unmute our next cook, our next conjurer, our next magician of words. I hope I'm saying your name properly. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
You did indeed. Hi, Regine. Hi, everybody.
Welcome, welcome.
A brief statement followed by a 2018's train ride. Are humans humane? Are a human being as distinguished from an animal? Being humane meaning to have a civilized effect on the inhumane. But when the wise men stated that human life without a war is possible, they quickly covered their asses and followed up with but. Yes, a three-letter word, but. But war is an essential part of the human evolution. War is a human instinct. War is in our genes. Wars make money. War is good for society. Humans enjoy violence like sex, food, and drugs. Well, tell this to the future. Convince hope. Teach this to the children rotting in their dark mass graves. Any wars unclaimed underground. And now, all aboard the choo-choo train. Bleep, bleep, Twitter, Twitter, F you all, ding dong, king dong, and his son, Princeton, come along, sing a song, Mar-a-Lago, come on a lot, hit a hole at every shot. The Mueller report says in short, what, 400 pages, hot. Oh, William, Billy Barr of the Bizarre, Bardon the Don, I am the AG fixer, I'm the redactor, the hoax cover up the mousy factor, obedient actor. Forget it all. It's after all my witch hunt baby call. Impeach the peach and reach before we go to war, or he divides us even more. Maga, 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 Mussolini, gaga, gaga, nada, you are fired. What a saga. But who is born in the image of a who? If he, the him, had no name, the human race had no shame, you all would be treated the same. Your face, my face, is gazing, recognition facing everywhere. Declassified conspiracy, deep state, no diligence, but fire and fury legacy. Rocketman kicks my lovely asshole down the can. Cages for children. There are children in cages. There are cages made for children. Oh yes, history will remember our name. Immigrants, now natural. Immigrants, chemically naturalized. Immigrants, aliens of intelligence. Immigrants unite us all. Immigrants, we are all on either side of any dividing wall. Insolence, impotence, just that little pussy incidents. Limitless, that stormy spanking, that payment banky, hanky-panking. White House Viagra affects vision. Ambivalence without hesitance, all obstruction evidence. Bleep, bleep, Twitter, same old game. What the hell is he actually saying? Glitzy, Ditzy goes again, no collusion, no conclusion, no Putin, tower tootin, money looting. Ukraine, more of that embarrassing same. So let's impeach our Pinky Peach. Join my effing high-speed MAGA, California, global climate crisis, high-speed magnetic train. End of line, we arrived on borrowed time. Chish. Let's forget. Let's focus on a bigger fish. Chish. Putin is tootin'. Ukraine, he is lootin'. America, I fuck you like a Superman. Chish. Thank you.
Oh man. Thank you. I thank you. When did you write that?
2018.
2018. And look how pertinent
it still
is. Thank you for the reminder that we still have so far to go. Thank you. Oof. I appreciate y'all's protest. I appreciate it when you use your words to push forward what we need to know about the world, informing each other. Some of us avoid the news at all costs, and this is our news. So thank you for bringing what's true, what's new, what's old and ought to be old, but is remaining new. We thank you for bringing that as well. Next up is our brother Thomas. I know you're having some technical difficulties, so it's okay if we can't see you, but we certainly want to hear you.
Definitely, I'm here.
What's up? How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. You still dangerous or not?
I don't know. Depends what day of the week it is.
Okay, I guess we're gonna find out, huh?
Man, how I regret making that poem about kung fu. It's all good though. It's all good. But it's my other passion, so I can't run from it. All right. Let me just get to it. I remember my winter mornings as a child. Frost on the window, the 6th of January brisk breeze. Reyes Magos placed under the tree. The scent of horchata, cinnamon y vainilla. Tamales for Mami, pasteles con Doña Toña. Island cuisine, pop with thick island accent. Put one them thing on the plate for me. The house brimmed with the sound of merengue, with a touch of salsa, punta for mom, some soca to spice the vibe up. Me upstairs, ear pressed to the floor, as Celia Cruz filled the air. Papi's favorite singer she was. El ritmo de mi casa, lindo, bello y lleno de gente. Mi primo Moncho tocando la música, René y mis primos gozando. Mami, excuse me, por fin me puse a mover, como me falta el ayer. End poem.
Oh, so you are still dangerous. So it's Thursdays that we got to watch out for you. Okay. Cool,
Thank
cool.
you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
That was, those pieces are for my family. I never really wrote poetry in Spanish, but I'm doing it now for my mom. She didn't speak English, so yeah.
Absolutely. Bring it to us in every language, my brother.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank y'all all. Everybody was dope tonight. Thank y'all.
You are so welcome. So welcome. Ooh, so glad we got to hear you. Ooh, we know you still fly. It's okay. We don't got to see your eyeballs to know that. That's okay. That's okay. Thank you for sharing your magic with us, as always. All right. Next up, we have, I know I'm going to mess this up. I'm really trying not to. Hario, please, I'm going to unmute you. Please let me know how to say your name properly.
What's up, everybody?
Hey.
So you said it very correctly. It's Hario, like Mario with an H, because there's only like one or two ways to say it. But regardless, you got it right.
Hey, I'll take
what's
it.
up, Paul? What's up, squad? I see you. This next one kind of inspired by something you said last time I was around here. I heard that there's some people in this cafe community that are fans of the Thunder Gods, Thor and the like. So this is one for you. This I'm gonna keep it in theme, the accidental theme for the poems tonight. This is a poem about war. You guys can follow me at Hario Tozawa on everything. You can also find me at the cafe on Saturday for that after party that everyone's been hyping up. Can't say no to a good party. And on Sundays, with typewriter, type you up something nice and special, one of a kind on papyrus paper because I'm bougie. Anyway, this is gonna have a lot of fantasy stuff in it. Anyone who's heard my stuff before knows that is not a surprise. So here's my poem that's totally about a fantasy war. It's called "'Tis the Ragnarok, 'Twas Inevitable." I remember it being a Thursday when the world had come to an end. In the sky sailed a ship made of nails of the dead, and we knew Ragnarok had began. Mighty Thor gripped his hammer, and he grinned as wolf twins consumed the sun and the moon, and the thunder gods swung, and Mjolnir struck true. And that's when I dropped my pen and the poem ended. I couldn't take my eyes off my father's body, writhing, distracted by his screaming from the tempest, death boiling his blood and cooking his skin, all because he stood in the wrong place in the wrong time. I remember his eyes popping like an egg in a microwave. And when I asked Thor why my father had to die, he said, "'Tis Ragnarok, 'twas inevitable." On the news, I saw Jormungandr, the world serpent, burst from the sea, noxious gas emanating from its toothy maw, corroding all that it touched. The poison eroded brick and bit through metal, and it bubbled and burned through the lungs of all that breathed it in. I never wept harder than when I saw my sister. Her tears turned yellow, her breath blackened and drooling, viscous green, her expression as she slammed her fists impotently at the glass of her apartment window, pleading for help. But her cries went unanswered as the gods waged their war and rushed through her building to slay the monsters slithering from the sea. The carnage of their charge going unnoticed. And when I asked Heimdall why my sister had to die, the blind guardian offered me nothing except the words, "'Tis Ragnarok, 'twas inevitable." And then my neighbor knocked on the door, and as I opened it, ready to help, a ghoulish reprobate, wearing the face of my friend, shambled in, zombified by the misery of outside. A kind man, a gentle man, turned ravenous, hungry, in pain, in tears from the loss of his own, unable to cage the hurt, and turned funeral from the sorrow. He groped the air to make me like him, and I resisted and did what I had to do. And that's when I heard the fiends from hell wailing through my city streets, and Loki's cackle, free from his bonds, echoed like a bomb as he led the dead and the giants and the damned towards the gods who were supposed to protect us, his malicious forces, leaving nothing behind them but ravaged lands. And my phone rang, and I saw my wife and son. Their faces so small on the screen, rivulets of tears peering away streaks of ash. They both said, "I love you," but all I heard was goodbye. Then the Bifrost was destroyed, and their faces disappeared from my life forever. And outside, the war raged on, ignorant to my tragedy. And the bards and the historians called it Ragnarok, and the prophets called it inevitable. They all called it the war of the gods, as if it weren't my life, as if I hadn't lost everything, as if we were mere assets, acceptable losses, just a footnote, another line in their story. But as the gods were given glory, their forces immortalized, we were forgotten. The names of less than 100 murderers and tyrants will be remembered and idolized in books and movies and commercialized in legends, while the names of the massacred millions will be amalgamated into a single phrase etched onto a rectangular block of cheap polished stone that reads, "Never forget." Well, never forget, want you to never forget that while Ragnarok happened, it was never inevitable. Thank you.
Ooh, yes. Woo, Ragnarok. Thank you for taking us on that journey.
Anytime. Thank you for having me. Always look forward to y'all.
Absolutely. I hope that you continue to return to us with your stories. I personally enjoy them very much. Absolutely. Put your information in the chat so we can follow you and hopefully hear more and more of what you have to share. Next up, we've got Ruth. I'm going to ask you to unmute.
Uh-oh.
I think we got
Hi,
you.
Ray Jane.
Hi, Ruth. How you doing?
Good, good. Can you guys hear me?
Oh, yeah, we can hear you loud and clear. I'm going to mute myself so we can hear just you, okay?
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. It's nice to be here again. Sorry, I'm a bit late today, but I really tried my best to get here. So, read you guys a poem that I wrote with regards to, well, I gave it the title The Immigrant. I just wrote this a couple of months ago. Okay, here it goes. The Immigrant. I am not black, nor white, nor brown, but your impressions of me assume where I am from. My skin speaks words only you can comprehend. Does it tell if I am a threat, an ally, or a friend? Even if I cover my complexion from your sight, my mouth reveals my roots with the accent I recite. Do I need to apologize to you? For the color of my skin is not the right hue. For the way I pronounce words is not the same as you. Am I less of a person than you? I am not black, nor white, nor brown, but your impressions of me assume where I am from. Scalpels in your eyes dissect every part of my backbone, uncover and pounce my principle different from your foundation. A checklist of standards you brew to keep me in line, ironing my whole being to fit in the puzzle you designed. Do I need to apologize to you? For I don't dress, eat, love, and pray the same way as you. For my way of thinking does not match your point of view. Am I less of a person than you? I am not black, nor white, nor brown, but your impressions of me assume where I am from. My heritage you see clear cut from my head to my toes, and sort out the good and the bad based on what you know. Your tactless reception I experience regardless of time, pointing out why this land will never be mine. Do I need to apologize to you? For I am an expat stepping in the land where you grew. For my birthright marks me as an intruder of the borders that you drew. Am I less of a person than you?
Oof, oof. Ruth. Ruth. That was wonderful. When did you write that, Ruth?
Well, I wrote it a couple of months ago when somebody told me to go back home where I came from.
You can feel that.
Yeah.
You can feel that. That's painful.
It is, yeah. But I mean, where should I go? I'm a citizen of this country.
Right.
Where am I gonna go?
Right. Don't go nowhere. Be here with us.
Yeah.
Right?
I love this country.
Absolutely.
I will fight for this country and I will die for this country.
I hear that. We appreciate you, and we appreciate you for taking up the space that you deserve here, right? Don't let nobody tell you you don't deserve to be here, because you are a human. You're not any less than anybody else. And certainly we appreciate you for putting that experience into your poetry, right? Because you could have kept it to yourself, but you didn't. So thank you for that defiance, Ruth.
Thank you.
Being badass, Ruth. Thank you for that. Absolutely. Please put your information in the chat. I see you have it up there, your IG.
Yeah,
Please
thanks.
say it out loud so the people can hear what's your IG so they can follow you.
Yeah, please visit my Instagram account if you would like to, or if you would be interested in reading some more of my original written poetry. It's Ruth_Abigail_Kapapas. Thank you again for the time.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. That was tremendous. Thank you, Ruth. Woo! Everybody's going to try to tell you who you are, what you aren't, where you belong, all the things that people do not have a right to tell you. So be like Ruth, all right? Stake your claim, show up, and show out. Because Ruth didn't even just show up today. She was like, you know what? Let me take what you got to say. I'm going to put you in a poem, boo-boo, and I'm going to tell the whole world about how you tried to disrespect me and box me. I can't be boxed. So I'm a poet. Okay? Absolutely. Thank you, Ruth, again for inspiring us. Who was supposed to be up next was Kelly Outing, but I think Kelly Outing must have got out. She must have been outie. So the next one is gonna be up. I'm sorry, guys. You know, I'll be trying. I'm tired of poetry and the humor. You know, everybody got their gifts. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's not mine. But anyhow, next up we have Isabel. Are you still with us? I think I see you, beautiful.
Yes, hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Everyone's doing so great.
I know. I'm so excited to hear what you have to share with us.
Thank you. So I'm going to be sharing two poems. My first one, just to give some context, speaks about chronic pain programs and how teenagers with chronic pain, particularly teenage girls like myself, are often gaslit by doctors and told that the cure to their pain is just pretending they're not in it. So I'll start with that poem. They say they cured our pain. They say that we're functional now, palatable now, palatable now. They say we overcame. They say they like us now, respect us now, don't hate us now, but they don't know. Well, maybe they do, but they don't care that the pain is still there, creating wear and tear, but you don't see it, you don't hear it, so you can clear it from your mind. While I act kind, you're leaving me behind. It's silent. It's been silenced by you, but it's booming in my head, drowning me till I'm dead. But you taught me that my self-worth is based on my silence and how my pain doesn't pain you. But when you go to sleep at night, remember, you didn't cure us. You silenced us. So now my next poem is similarly in the same vein of things, about chronic illness in general. I was born a bomb, a lethal combination of my parents' genes put together to create a kid born to explode. Being a bomb is a job, a responsibility. Don't get too close to anyone or you are setting them up to be casualties. Casualties of the explosion of the bomb that is my body. Because I know the estimated strength of my explosion. I've seen its power every time my mom looks at me helplessly while I'm in the hospital, every time she prays to a God she doesn't believe in, every time she tells me that she would not go on, she wouldn't live if I explode. So I do my job, try to limit the explosion, try to defuse the bomb, try to prepare emergency kits. So if it goes off, maybe there's some way, some chance of survival for the casualties. Videos, speeches, memories, dogs, a legacy for them to hold on to if I explode. Smiling faces through the pain, so the life they hold on to seems like one worth going through an explosion for. But no matter how much I prepare, there is so much I don't know. Will there be a siren? Will there be a bomb shelter? The road will go on, but will it be changed by an exploded bomb? Because the hardest part about being bomb isn't the pain of exploding. It's the fear of the fallout. It's the guilt, no, the shame of my explosion. But would I still smile? Would I still cherish the memories if there wasn't dynamite always there? Thank you.
Woo! Woo! You can see all the chats, all the claps, all the snaps. Look at people's hands just waving in boxes. They can't even move them slow enough to give you the love that they want to. Those pieces were dope. Where can people find you, Isabel?
It's on Powerfully Isa on Instagram.
Yes, please put that in the chart. I understand why you named yourself Powerfully Isa. That much is obvious to us. Okay. Thank you for your power. Thank you for bringing it to us here so we can feel it and be inspired by it. And we hope to see you back here as often as you would like, because we got stuff going on every day. So come on by, okay? Next up is Marissa Prada. Are you ready, dear? I know you're editing all the books for the next 15. Are you with us? She might be a little distracted right now. It's hard being a boss. It's hard being a boss. We understand. So if you hear us, Fierce 15 in the house, that's right. Lizzie, this is somebody who's moving mountains and creating spaces for artists as well. The Word is Right is another platform that you can find safe spaces to share and create and be empowered. So Marissa, if she comes back to us, we will get to you, boo. I will leave you a space with us. But for now, until she's finished her editing, child, we're going to go to Michelle Ortiz. Yes, you ready for us, love?
Yes.
Yes. Hey.
How you doing?
How you doing? How you doing?
Okay. So bear with me, y'all, because I wrote this piece today. And I tried using, so like I actually went to the New Yorican workshop that Advocate is having. It's bomb. Y'all should sign up. It's amazing. And he did like this first last exercise that I've never done before. So I was like, you know what? Let me try it again. Like we wrote one piece there, but he told us to leave that one alone. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try it now. So this is like a rough draft. So like bear with me, y'all. Okay. So thank you. Okay. I want to tell stories that belong to me. Me and mom be sifting through memories. Memories come as currency. Currency breaks backs here. Here we work to find seasons that taste like home. Home be filled with lessons that make me question my sanity that pushes and pulls me into high tides. Tides that abuse my mortality be hanging over reason with me and my anxiety be making a mockery of the roles we've chosen to break or stay or praise or rage. Rage has a chokehold on the best parts of my consciousness. Consciousness takes a toll on reality. Reality is, I just don't understand why war be so easy for some. Some days I fear it is our inheritance. Inheritance be heavy, porque papi peleó en Vietnam, peleó y sudó y mató un hombre con cara de niño. Niño, little soldier boy, march back home. Home be filled with lessons, lessons that mama taught you. You soaked tierra sagrada con sangre inocente, inocente éramos. Pero esta herencia be heavy, and currency be pennies for thoughts and stories, stories that belong to us. Thank you.
What? Wait a minute. Now, wait a minute. Hold on. Because what you're not going to do is come on here and pretend like you're not fired, sis. Like, are you for real? Are you for real?
Thank you.
Amanda said it best. Praise your work at every stage. Every stage, right? Because what you feel is undone might been exactly what somebody needed to hear tonight, in the ways that you put it together tonight, just as it was tonight. That's how it needed to be for us. So thank you for being brave enough to share that. Please believe in yourself, because you got it. You got it.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So many bars on. We're gonna come in here with bars on bars. Talking about y'all just bear with me, okay? Because I went to Advocates Workshop and it was so bomb, but I'm not sure if I'm bomb. Yes, you are. Absolutely. Please put your information in the chat. Where on Instagram can they find you?
So I don't got social media, but I'm gonna be here. Like, I got no excuse. I'm in between school and working right now, so I literally have no excuse not to show up here. Like, y'all can hold me to, y'all can yell at me. I'll give you permission.
All right, now be careful.
I legit have no excuse not to show up.
Right, y'all heard that, right? Y'all heard that, you know? Okay, and that includes all the people on Facebook and YouTube that you don't even see the eyeballs, you know what I'm saying? So people might be yelling at you if you don't find yourself in this room, okay?
Nah, I'm gonna be here.
Okay, excellent. We are glad to have you. Thank you for being with us. Absolutely. What? Fire. Y'all are all wonderful. You showed up. You signed up. You pushed past your fear. Even if you just said that when you got on the mic, it would be tremendous for someone. So what Michelle Ortiz was talking about, where she got that inspiration, was Let's Write a Book of Poems, which is a workshop series that Advocate of Words is hosting 6 p.m. every Sunday. It's $18 a class, which is really undershoot for all the riches of wisdom that he is sharing with us that are trying to write our books, trying to put our thoughts together in a way that's meaningful and that truly represents us. Like I said, find your community. If you don't have a community, boom, you found it. Here it is. Stay here with us. We will push you. We will grow you in ways that you may not have known possible, myself included. Here I am hosting New Eurekan Poets Cafe Thursday night online open mic. What? Say what? Little old me, right? So if you are a little old you, or if that's what you think, then look no further than the people that are right in front of you for inspiration on how your blessings will grow you, right? Leave space, leave space, leave space. All right, speaking of space, we have space for Jay. I know you've been patiently waiting, and I've been patiently waiting for you, Jay Lumi. Iris, I am unmuting you. Are you still with us? Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I am here.
Yes, wonderful.
I'm here. Okay, give me 1 second so I can get my video on.
Yes, we want to see that beautiful face.
Yes, I am here. Oh my goodness.
I gotta tell you, the red dress is giving us life though already, like while we waiting. I mean,
I'm not that dolled up right now.
That's okay. You still giving Still giving very much beautiful as far as I can see. What y'all think? Everybody else in the boxes, y'all agree? I see the head shaking. Okay. Let me be quiet so you can share, okay?
All right, not that one. I just wrote some poems and I haven't shared them yet. And I'm very excited. Okay, this is the one I want to share. So I don't know if you guys heard of, I guess my poem will fill in the context for you. But I don't know if you guys have heard about what happened with a 14-year-old boy in Florida. And so, yeah, so that hit me really hard. And so I wrote about it. So it's called Tyree Samson, I Think I Know What You Felt. It's a working title. The night before I heard of this tragic accident, as everyone is calling it, I had a dream that intersected the dream I was already having. In my dream, I was at Ride Playland, the amusement park my family and I visit every summer. I was standing near the Dragon Coaster. I was standing on the platform where the passengers board. I didn't see myself though. I just knew I was there. There were two men, workers, on the operator side. There was caution tape all around the outside of the ride where the line begins, that continued into the inside, where everyone sits and waits to be strapped in. I asked them, what's wrong? What's happening? I yelled as if they couldn't hear me. I felt a sort of panic, as if I should be worried about something. One man replied, it's not working. I can't get the wheels to align properly with the tracks. It's not working. We can't operate the ride like this. The cars to the ride were different. They were red. The men tried to get it to work, but it just wouldn't. I started to feel like I wasn't actually there, like I was a ghost, just watching this panic happen. And then my dream changed. The next morning, my mom told me about the boy falling off the ride. It's heavy on my mind. I can't imagine what his family is feeling. I can't imagine what he felt. The panic that he felt before the ride, the panic he felt when he felt unsafe as the ride went up. I can't imagine what it was like for him falling to the ground. What did he say to himself? Was he crying? As I write this, my heart is heavy because no 14-year-old should feel like this. Nobody should. Nobody should feel fear in their last moments, like they won't get to see the ones they love ever again, and they can't control it. I wonder why that dream stayed heavy on my mind, despite the fact that it came out of nowhere, despite the fact that I was already having a dream. I wonder at what time I dreamt that. They say this happened at around 11 p.m. Was I already sleeping? Did my dream mean anything? Was this dream merely a coincidence? I blame the operators. Who else is there to blame? I blame the people who take ride building to another level. Why try to build a drop ride taller than a building and not do enough test runs? Use some dummies. An empty ride is different than when people are actually on it. Maybe, just maybe, you would have noticed the faulty seat, the faulty restraint, whatever was wrong. Why not have a seatbelt in place? Why not have a seatbelt similar to a car? This could have been avoided. Why not have more than two people going around to check if everyone was secure? I blame the park. I blame the people who were supposed to be checking if everyone is in. And most of all, I blame the man who was standing on the ground telling the riders there ain't no seatbelts and then asking, did you check your seatbelt? Like it was a joke. I blame him the most. He should have been checking if everyone was in place instead of mocking the passengers. I wonder how he felt after this happened. Did he blame himself? Was he in shock? Did he return to work the next day? Putting the blame on people won't bring this boy back. The news is on top of the story. There's an active investigation, but the ride should come down. That's the end of it. There's no fixing it. There's no bringing the boy back, and no amount of apologies or money can bring him back. He's gone. And now his family has to live each day without him because of a ride built the tallest in the world that led to a boy's death. So I ask again, why didn't you check his restraints good enough? If he was panicking, why not let him off? And now he's gone. How are y'all gonna fix that? You can't. I'm glad his family remembers him the way they do, but they shouldn't have to. He should still be here. How are you, the people who are investigating, going to mend their hearts? You can't. And I wrote this on March 27, 2022. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for telling that young man's story. Right? That's what we do as poets. We tell us stories. This is a long tradition of oration that we continue here in our words. So thank you, Jay, for sharing that with us. Please put your information in the chat so folks could get some more of that learning, that knowledge from you. We appreciate you for sharing and for being the place that you chose to share that piece. Thank you. All right. I appreciate you guys so much for being here with us tonight at the New Eurekan Poets Cafe online open mic on Thursday night. I am sitting in for the illustrious, incomparable La Bruja NYC. If you want to follow her on Instagram, she is the usual host of this show, but she is currently preparing for her one-woman show, which will happen on New Year's stage tomorrow night at 8 p.m. If you go to the newyourekan.org, which I'll put in the chat, you can find more information about that. Please, please, please come out if there are any tickets left. I think it might be sold out because, you know, that's how queens get it. That's how they get down. But y'all can still catch it online, to my knowledge. So please go on the website, look it up. Exactly. There we go. Your website too. Find Jay on her website as well, jlumipoetry.com. Make sure you follow each other so that we can lift each other. Everyone needs lifting. People who are just starting, people who have been doing this for a long time, we live on each other's encouragement. So let's not rob each other of that, right? Speaking of someone who makes safe space, someone who encourages and lifts and teaches, who also did that very same thing with the Oye group today, earlier in her own workshop from 7 to 9. If you missed it, that's okay. You can catch another one first of every month. I'll let her tell you more about it. Stormy, unmute yourself, darling.
Thank you for holding this space. Thank you for being in my workshop and then coming here and letting me be with you. I could go on forever. I love you so much. And I'm privileged to do this with you in this lifetime.
Love you too.
And I'm sure in many other lifetimes. Anyway, I feel like the last few poems before me were so heavy and so deep, and holy fuck, I got chills. Honored to be here with you all. Thank you for having me. Honored to close out. I don't know if anyone's going after me, but you know, Storm, if you want to spill a little something, then you know you can. But anyway, okay. I have a workshop on the 1st of every month. Follow me, come, and have a good time. This is some rather new shit. I wrote it at Art Defines Safe Space workshop. So look up Art Defined. If you don't know who Peggy and Amira are, I don't know what you're doing with your life at this point because they do so much for us. So look into Art Defined. Okay, new shit. Why you always got some whack shit to say? Why you always find safety in raining on parades? Why you always highlight my every mistake, but go silent when it's my time to play? Why I always be remedy to your PTSD? Why you always bothering every inch of me? Why can't your love be silent? Born violent, born witness to cruelty, born without ability to move me, I am getting bigger. My belly is growing fangs. You can't hang with this type of misery. Why are you always trying to play me? Right after you bathe me in compliments, in gifts, in poems, in migraines, preventing me from staying sane, staying in my own lane. I don't know how to mind my business because of you. Always intrusive, always alluding to a safe space that tastes dangerous.
This relationship, a game of chess, but I slept on a checkers board. My tongue once soared of half threats, but I promise I meant everything I said. I promise I still wish you death. I promise I forgive you. I promise that's a lie. I promise to curse every word you call God with. I promise to burn the kiss you planted in my backyard, on my lower back. I promise to dispose you like the trash you are. I promise I forgive you. I promise that's not a lie. I promise I didn't hear you cry last night to a woman wearing subtle notes of my pheromones, hidden love notes in a rotting wallet. I wrote one asking why you always got some whack shit to say. Even after you bathe me in compliments, in gifts, in poems, in distorted focus, 1 foot here, 1 foot home, whole body alone. I threw your phone in the river and then helped you look for it. There is a special hell for fools like us. I'm sure you're wondering how I got these scars. I'm sure you dream of flying far away from here, away from this poem, away from a 1 foot in, 1 foot out world. I'm sure this hurts. I'm sure your saliva still tastes like poison. That's why you always got some whack shit to say. That's why you forgot how to play. Love potion laced with displacement, 1 foot here, 1 foot home. If there is such a throne you and I can still share, then burn that shit down right now. How's that for some whack shit to say? Love potion laced with displacement. Tell me where your friends went. Tell me why they never came back for you. Tell me why you took me for a fool. Tell me who's the clown now. Tell me who turns your frowns upside down, and does she own subtle notes of my pheromones? Tell me, does she know your definition of being alone? Does she know you hate poetry? Does she know you love whatever I put my heart in? Does she know that you be on that whack shit? End poem.
That's my Stormy. That's my Stormy. Oh, see, this is why they tell you don't date no poet, because they will put you in their poetry and make you a delicious catastrophe with words. And that is what that felt like. That was awesome. Thank you, Stormy, for coming through and blessing the space with your gift as only you can give it. We thank you so much for being here. Woo! And always bringing that fire and burning that shit down every time. But you know how we do. It's Storm God's energy in the room. Always, 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 always. Thank you all for being with us tonight. This has been our Thursday night online open mic, originally hosted by La Bruja NYC. Shout out to Chris. Shout out to Chris for holding me down all night in the background, making sure the whole thing didn't go down. Y'all all looking at me sideways like, oh, she's good at poetry, but the hosting thing, I don't know, put it down, you know. I appreciate y'all for being with me and giving your energy and sharing with us. Thank you, Leona, for showing up in the room, for all that you gave me so I could be with you and share with you. If you will allow me, I'll share a piece to end the night. As I mentioned, I'm so impressed by the words that you share, by the things and topics you bring up that you're unafraid to talk about. This is a space devoid of fear, and I'm appreciative of it. It's also a space for us to bring our protests and our joy. So this last piece is for joy, specifically on today, which is a historic day where we see the first Black Supreme Court justice, and I would be remiss not to say her name up and down in here, Ketanji Brown Jackson, for the win. As you all have heard, there's various forms of oppression, about people telling us where we don't belong, like Ruth let us know. And there's still people who are brave, just like you, pushing past those boundaries, breaking those glass ceilings, and showering themselves in what comes down around them, because we were made for more than what other people box us into. So this is for you, and this is also for Ketanji Brown. Congratulations to you, sis. You may never see this, but just in case you do. A Black woman attempted to ascend, damn near forbidden on this stolen land. We bit our fingertips, watched her climb, peace, an uncanny perspiration softening, the anguish carried in a Black woman's cheeks collected. She double Dutch questions, loop like noose, but you can't hang what you can't confuse. Ketanji Ben had it, overqualified and vying for a seat beneath her. A Black woman waits, credentials so tall the asses began to assume foolish posture, presented new math, miscalculated and baseless insinuations, presiding over pedophiles somehow led to summation, imposter. For her, us, quiet is the only form of proper, allowed. A Black woman's rage must not be seen, at least not allowed. So safely behind TV screens we scream, the shame of our America again public, again obscene. The way a Black phoenix has to die before resurrecting. Ketanji Ben had it, never behind, but the finish line kept moving. Finally, the allies began to practice what they preached. Then a brother spoke strength to truth, told the whole world that we were worthy. So necessary a teardrop brazenly. Never before had I seen a Black woman sort her flowers above the dirt, and then be named a name worth repeating, supreme. Ketanji Ben had it. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I'm gonna unmute y'all so we can end with the same energy that we came in with. Please unmute yourself.
Oh, Ray Jane! Jane, that was fire.
Just turned my camera on.
So deserving of this honor,
Thunderlung.
You're Ray Jane.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, Ray J. We're so
Third
proud of you.
official
We love
online
you
New
so
Eureka
much.
host.
Yo,
We love
Katanja
you.
has got to hear that poem.
oh my goodness. I'm gonna keep y'all unmuted because I want y'all to do something for me. Like I said, Bruja misses y'all. She wants y'all to know if she could be here, she would be here. So if y'all could just do me a favor, I'm gonna put y'all on my stories right now. And if y'all could just yell, say a word for Bruja, tell her you love her.
La Bruja, we love
Love
you.
you, Brew.
We
See you
miss
tomorrow.
Bruja.
Till tomorrow. We love you,
We
Cotty.
miss you. We
Hola,
love you.
Bruja. We
Thank
love
you for
you.
everything. Thank you for trusting Ray J.
I love you.
We'll be seeing you tomorrow.
We miss you.
Yes.
See you next Thursday.
Absolutely.
So
Thank
proud of
you.
I've
you.
got a surprise for La Bru next Thursday.
Absolutely. I'll make sure she knows that you got something for her, Bill. I appreciate you all for being here. Like I said, thank you for your energy. I'll be posting that to my page. You can find me at It's Ray Jane. I put it in my little box, but for those on YouTube or Facebook, that's ITSRAYJANE. You can find all my content at thesamething.com, ITSRAYJANE.com. Find us here next week, Thursday night, 9 p.m. We'll be here, leaving a space for you. Come if you would like to get on the list. Remember, Wednesday night, 9 p.m., 24 hours before. Sign up for the show. If you forget, come early so you can get on the good luck round. We always have space for you. Come and find it. Come find this love. It's here for you. Y'all be good to yourselves. Chris, take us out of here, brother. Thank you.